What? Do you want to buy the Easter egg? Well, that's the phrase I've heard like unlimited times from my granny whenever the Easter is near. What do you think? Why doesn't she rely on store-bought festive eggs? And no, money wasn't the issue. Well, to spill the tea on that and make things clearer, our video opens right in the farm, where hens doing what hens do best, laying eggs. These hens are pretty pampered, actually. They get a special diet packed with calcium to make sure their eggs have all the necessary nutrients. As we can see, they have tried their best to keep as much of the natural environment as possible for these buddies. Once the hens have done their job, the farmers collect the eggs carefully enough to avoid any damage. And also not to make the hens uncomfortable. Because these are the free-range hens, dude. They bite you if you steal their egg. Factories take over from there. First things first, they'll get cleaned a bit, but something is even more important than cleaning here. Yes, scanning for the bad eggs. They have some high-end systems for that. But the strategy is amazing. The light shines through the egg to reveal any hidden flaws inside or cracks that might not be visible to the naked eye. Each egg is then checked for cracks and imperfections, this time by machines equipped with bright lights. It's called candling. Yep, I agree that's a little weird. Those factories use several techniques to clean off any dirt or residue from the shells. Why the deep clean? Well, I can think of two reasons. First, no one wants anything sticking to the shells when it's time to paint them. Second, cleaning helps remove bacteria or germs, making them safe to handle and decorate later. Now those eggs are inspected one more time to make sure they're spotless. Only then are they sent off to the boiling tanks. All right, now that the eggs have made it to the factory, they're loaded onto large trays, which are gently lowered into massive boiling tanks. And when I say massive, I mean really giant bubbling vats of water that can cook thousands of eggs at once. The water temperature and boiling time are super precise, so we don't need to worry. Now that the eggs are all hot and hard-boiled, they need to cool down a bit. Fresh out of the boiling tanks, the eggs are immediately sent into the stream of cold water to balance the temperature. The cold water stops the cooking process right in its tracks, so the yolks stay that perfect golden color without turning that weird greenish gray you've probably seen in overcooked eggs. Come, the fun part has just begun. They need to check if the eggs are ready to process, or they need more time in boilers. Now you will see the most awaited part of this entire process. Yes, that's exactly how they manage to handle coloring millions of eggs each day. So, the eggs are sent to a special coloring station where those next-level machines handle the process with the precision of an artist, but at almost speedrun energy. More like, if you blink, you'll miss it. So, how does it work? The eggs are placed on fixed but rotating molds, and nozzles spray them with vibrant, food-safe dyes. Those techniques help to make sure each egg is evenly coated, giving them that smooth, glossy finish we just can't take our eyes off. To make sure the dye sticks, the eggs take a quick ride through a dryer, where warm air gently seals the colors in place, and they're left for an amount of time to let the paints settle well enough. The tradition of decorating eggs dates back thousands of years, long before Easter, as we know it today. In ancient cultures, eggs symbolize new life and renewal, making them the perfect representation of spring. Ever heard of golden eggs? No, not the kind from fairy tales. These are real eggs foiled in metallic gold, often used as centerpieces or hidden as the ultimate prize during egg hunts. These eggs are filled with candies, toys, or even cash. Well, that's optional, and I'd prefer this one anyways. They've turned Easter egg hunt into even more fun activity. Crackers may seem simple at first glance, but these crispy little bites are anything but boring. Do you agree? They have a unique way of fitting into just about any occasion. The name cracker reportedly comes from the sound they make when broken or bitten. That crisp, satisfying snap is one of the reasons they're so irresistible. When it comes to desserts, fish-shaped ice cream is a treat that's as delightful to look at as it is to eat. This iconic Chinese-inspired dessert blends cultural tradition with modern flavors, which is both comforting and fun. But it's not a treat for everyone, you know, because it involves a unique blend of flavor, deliciously cooked red bean in sauce, and an ice cream. So, I think you must give it a thought before consuming.
I'm sure you're just as curious as I am about how those ready meals we pick up at the store are made in factories. Yes, these massive factories buzz with non-stop energy, churning out thousands of meals in mere minutes. It all kicks off with pots filled with just the right amount of top-notch rice. As the water gets added, the pots are sealed up tight, letting the rice soak up the moisture and settle perfectly. Once it's the right time for cooking, the machines gently but firmly hold those pots, turn them upside down to drain off the water using sieves. Now the fresh water is being added in these pots to cook the rice up to perfect temperature and consistency. A robotic arm snaps the steamer's lid into place, and then these steam cookers roll out, getting seals attached to each pot as they go. Precise temperatures keep things from going messed up, avoiding any overcooking or undercooking, of course. When the rice is perfectly cooked, robotic arms step in again. They carefully transfer the pots onto rolling iron rods that guide them along the conveyor belt. It's all automated here. with no human hands involved in the cooking process. That is pretty cool, right? Rice is cooked and all set to pour into the trays, so let them fill the hopper first. After rice, crispy chicken pieces are added into the trays to complete the meal box along with pouring the sauces. Hey, it's not just one sort of meal boxes are being prepped. You will see the meal boxes filled with veggies and irresistible gravy. Boxes are filled, so before sealing the meal boxes, they are going to freeze these trays so they will remain fresh, flavorful, and preserved until you hit the store shelf and grab your favorite meal tray. As these trays glide along the conveyor belt to the sealing station, who wants to deal with anything less than 100% hygienic? That's why this sealing station is spotless, with super strict cleaning routines to keep every seal perfect and free from any contaminants. Now these meal trays are all decked out in their perfect wrap and sealed tight, of course. After sealing, the trays roll over to the labeling station, where they get tagged with all the key details like brand name, ingredients, and expiry dates. Once these boxes are packed to perfection, this last stop ensures each box is tightly sealed and ready to roll out. I am sure that my fitness enthusiasts are eager to witness how their daily salad trays are crafted in factories. Pile on a generous serving of fresh green veggies, keeping everything perfectly separated. So tender grilled meat slices are added too. That will take the game to the next level. And since healthy eats can't skip eggs, they're added too. These machines portion out spaghettis into these trays, giving each one just the perfect quantity. Then, the trays cruise down the conveyor belt to the sauce station. Here, machines drizzle a rich tomato-based sauce all over spaghetti, making sure each tray gets a big splash. Before we get into how your favorite crunchy banana chips are made, check out how these workers are sorting them to make sure every banana stays top-notch. When the bananas roll in on conveyor belts, they are peeled efficiently without damaging that delicate, crucial part. Why go for green bananas instead of ripe ones? If this ever clicks for you, it's pretty straightforward. Unripe bananas have a firmer texture and less sugar, which gives the chips that perfect crunch. Now these peeled bananas get sliced into thin, even pieces by these incredible slicing machines. After a wash bath, these slices are checked to make sure it's just the right thickness. The hot oil makes them crunchy and delicious, and of course, the crew rocks face masks and gloves to stay safe. The chips hit another conveyor belt to drain off excess oil and dry out, making them extra crispy. Once dried, the chips get seasoned with their tasty signature flavors, ensuring every chip is perfectly seasoned. Of course, any overcooked chips are sorted out to keep your snack game strong. Finally, the chips get sorted into perfect portions by this huge, high-tech portioning machine. This fascinating machine makes sure every packet has just the right amount of chips. After savoring those hearty meals, don't you think it's time for something sweet to wrap things up? The filling we all love with every crunchy bite. First, some secret ingredients mix up in this huge machine, where sugar, coconut, and creamy butter team up to create that unbeatable flavor. Once the thick mixture is ready, it gets sliced into perfect pieces by these high-tech blades. It's time for the real treat. These bars are about to take a dip in a rich, flowing chocolate waterfall. And of course, it's crucial to take notes to make sure everything's on point. The chocolate coats each bar just perfectly, giving it that glossy, mouth-watering finish. We just can't get over it. This is exactly where they get their irresistible chocolatey vibe. So after their chocolatey bath, they glide through a drying tunnel where some cool air helps the chocolate set, creating a crispy, delicious shell. The chill time helps them set just perfect, giving them a flawless finish. It's crucial to keep tabs on the temperature as it makes sure to prevent any melting or uneven coating, so every bite stays deliciously consistent. Once they're spot on, the bars are carefully sealed and packed. Each one is placed in its box, all set to hit the shelves and bring that sweet satisfaction. You might know those cheese cravings that refuse to quit until you take that first bite. Who's nodding along with me on this? If you can't resist grabbing a cheese slice even in the middle of the night, maybe we're in this together. Let's get straight to the stables, where hundreds of these beauties are kept safe and sound. And when I say safe and sound, I mean it. Only if you wonder whether these cows are wearing yellow-colored earrings, so no. In fact, they've got their number tags. So no cow left unattended, and every beauty gets the equal protocol, regularly. You probably have heard that only healthy and happy cows provide nutrient-packed milk, so their diet and cleanliness are top priorities for farmers. Hey, stop, where are y'all going? Oh, the milking facility. Let me show you around. This is the basic milking process that involves a bit of manual help, like installing the automatic milking devices and noting the required time to remove it immediately. Does that seem a hassle to you? Worry not, I've saved 100% milking automation for you guys, so stick around until I get the permission to the most secured and advanced milking facility. You might wonder how these cows cooperate so well. It's quite clear, each cow is lured to its spot with its favorite food as positive reinforcement. The milking devices literally take a few seconds to detect the milking spots and connect to them automatically, literally no human hand needed. This high-tech milking process can be completed in just 5 to 7 minutes, whereas hand milking can take much longer. Did you know that dairy cows are typically milked 2 to 3 times a day, ensuring a steady supply of fresh milk? It's true. Automated machinery offers immense benefits, yet many still prefer the old-school manual methods. Those devices are directly connected to the individual drums where the milk is automatically being collected without any outside contact, straight from cows to the drums. Yeah, right. One major perk of large-scale milk production in factories is that human effort, once solely for milking, is now redirected to even more valuable tasks. Some advanced technology factories even use these sophisticated milk meters to tally up each cow's milk production with high precision. So after milking, an automated cleaning system sanitizes the equipment to maintain proper hygiene, keeping things squeaky clean. Large-scale production has now reached sky-high levels. As we step into this magical world of mozzarella cheese, every move follows its precise guidelines. First, the entire fresh milk is poured and pasteurized to make it ready for cheese production, and of course to kill any possible harmful bacteria present. This man carefully added rennet, an enzyme, and some starter cultures like lactic acid bacteria to prepare the healthy curd for cheese processing. Rennet here will help to coagulate the milk, while the bacteria will acidify it, keeping the desired thick consistency of the curd they needed. Once the curd reaches the right consistency, they use this huge sieve, or you can call them special knives, to cut the curd into smaller pieces. This will help the curd to get separated from the whey easily. As you can see, the more it rotates, the more we will get the whey get separated, giving the paramount cheese curd. It's getting easier to transfer into larger pots. There's a great reason for that. Once collected into bigger and wide-opened pots, these curds need to be cooled down at room temperature, so it would be a lot easier to process the cheese curd further. It's good to test any step beforehand rather than improvising the whole thing at a bigger level. Time to shred the large cubes of solid curd into smaller chunks. If you have ever made mozzarella cheese at home, you'd probably know why this step is important, except for it's on a bigger level. As soon as the curd cubes are shredded into fine, smaller chunks, hot water is being added through pipes so they would be easy to become flexible for kneading. Yup, it's the most fascinating part of the entire cheese processing. This spinning or kneading is the most difficult part of the entire processing, because the softer you spin it, it won't turn out to be the best mozzarella you've always loved. But thanks to those experts who can even handle the bulk production with so much care, never compromising on our stubborn taste buds. They just need to make small balls of cheese, and the further machines will collect them automatically. Look how conveniently those mini cheese balls could come out of their dedicated zones. Using a constantly running water stream makes the process way smoother. Let me walk you through some very curious stuff. Did you know that as cheese ages, it naturally changes its texture? Yes, with time, its moisture content decreases, resulting in a firmer, more crumbly texture that enhances its overall appeal. Some cheeses even develop a protective rind during aging, which not only preserves moisture, but also adds depth to its flavor profile. Unlike traditional manual methods, where each step requires significant human effort and time, automated systems streamline the process, allowing for faster production rates without compromising on the integrity of the final product. This results in fresher, longer-lasting products that retain their flavor and texture until they reach consumers' tables. The right pH level ensures curds achieve their perfect texture, whether silky smooth or delightfully firm and stretchy as well. Who doesn't love vibrant colored ice popsicles in the summer? A special mixture of ice pops is poured into molds of specific shapes and left to set with sticks neatly in place. Of course, its game is beyond the kiddie appeal. After a short time, all it takes is a cool temperature, and they fit perfectly into their molds. Recent research in the United States reveals that bulk ice pop production in factories boosts efficiency by up to 50%, cutting down on production costs while ensuring consistently high-quality treats for everyone to savor. Efficient packaging holds that the ice pops are properly protected during transportation and storage, maintaining their quality and preventing any damage.